Y'all doing? Hopefully you are doing okay, and up to this part of the TSI review, you are doing excellent. So right now we're going to start talking about part four, which is solving. All right. So part four is solving, and there's two main ways of solving. The first way is PEMDAS. The second way is factoring. All right. So we're not going to focus on factoring today. We're going to focus on PEMDAS. That's what's up. On how do we solve situations that have PEMDAS? Remember, when it's PEMDAS, okay, there's only one type of variable, and then it's only one type of power. Meaning, if there's x's, they're all either x's, x squares, x cubes, all of the same type. There's no x squares and x cubes at the same time, or there's no x's and y's at the same time. So let's go and talk. Let's get to it. Solve question number one. So in any situation that I've taught you about this is that we're going to follow SATMAP, which is PEMDAS backwards, right? So we want to solve for x. What do we need to get rid of? We need to get rid of the multiplication of 2 and the addition of 5. So let's go ahead and do that. How do we get rid of addition of 5? The opposite of addition is subtraction. So let's go ahead and get rid of that addition by doing subtraction on the other side. Negative 11 minus 5 is negative 16 is equal to 2x. Now, how do we get rid of the multiplication part? The opposite of multiplication is division. So x is equal to negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. Right? So very simple concept. Let's go down here. Let's do this next one. Oh, here's another one. SAD MEP. And fractions tend to scare you guys. That's why I'm going over one of them. So we have a 4, a 5, and negative 7. All right. So I'm going to get rid of that minus 7 first of all. I think everybody does pretty decent on this. That's subtraction of 7. The next thing I need to figure out is how to get rid of that 4 and 5. There's two ways of looking at this, right? The 4 is actually being multiplied, and the 5 is division. You see that? So I could break down a fraction that's on the side like this. So let's go ahead and do that. What's the opposite of subtraction? What's the opposite of subtraction? It's addition. So 11 plus 7 is 18 equals to 4 over 5x. Now, what's the opposite of division? Multiply. So I'm going to multiply 18 by 5. Okay. You know what? Let me put it this way. We should already know that when we do the inverse, it cancels, right? So 4x is equal to 18 times 5. It is 90. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and do opposite multiplication. Opposite multiplication is division. X is equal to, I can't divide 90 by 4, but I can reduce it, 45 divided by 2. Okay, they're both divisible by 2. Cool, so those are the simple one-step situations. Now, here's where we have variables on both sides. How do we take care of the situation when there's variables on both sides? If you remember, you got to move all the x's to the same side and everything else to the other side. So one easy way of putting this, so won't do that much work, I'm going to move the 2x to this side. So what's going to happen there? I'm going to have 4x minus 2x. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this positive 8 to the other side. What happens when I move it to the other side? Turns into what? Negative 8. So equals, I have the negative 10 there, minus 8. I move things to the same sides. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. 4x minus 2x is 2x equals to negative 18. What do I do now? Oh, so we started again. At this point in time, we start using SATMAP. And there's not much stuff to do right here. All we got to get rid of is that multiplication of 2. How to get rid of multiplication? Division. X is equal to negative 9. On point. Now here's, whoa. This looks hard. Hey, it might look hard, but guess what? We're going to do one step at a time. Do you notice how there's variables on both sides? Yeah? All right, cool. So we got to go and take care of that. Remember, there's variables on both sides of the equation. You got to move all of them to one side. But I keep on looking at this. So it won't take my attention. I'm going to go and distribute so that it could go ahead and be easier on me. And before I start moving things left and right, I'm going to stay looking at one side. And I'm going to see which things I could combine. I have 2x plus 5x. I could combine this one with this one. I get 7x minus 6 is equal to 9 minus 4x. All right, and here we go. Now I'm going to move the variable, all the x's to one side, everything else to the other side. So I'm going to move this 4x to this other side. It'll be plus 4x. And I'm going to move this to the other side. So now I have 7x plus 4x equals to 9 plus 6. 7x plus 4x is 11x equals to 9 plus 6 is 15. Now, I got to get rid of this, so what do? I got to divide by 11. That cancels that. X is equal to 15 over 11. On point. Now, this type of question has been tripping people all day. And it's basically this part. I don't know what to do there, Mr. Bandu. Okay, don't worry about that part. Let's figure out what C is first. So, we're going to solve for C. You notice that C is on both sides, so I got to move them all to one side. Now, because there's only a C over here, I'm going to move this 6C over here. So now I'm going to have negative 20 is equal to 2C minus 6C. 2C minus 6C is negative 4C. Negative 20. What do I do now? To leave C by itself, it's multiplying. I'm going to divide it by negative 4. That cancels that. C is equal to 5. But guess what? That's not my answer. That's not what they're asking for. They're asking for 18C. So what that means is basically, hey, yeah, I'm glad we found C, but we're going to plug it into here to see how to do it. 18 times 5, we got to multiply that. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry the 4. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 90. That is our answer. Now, this one right here, I'm not going to do it all. I'm just going to get you started because it looks scary. We have a fraction equal to a fraction. That is a proportion. Okay, y'all remember proportions? What do? You cross multiply. I'm going to write 5 times x plus 2 equals to 3 times x minus 4. And then we solve it. Okay? That's all, folks. Hopefully it helps. God bless. You guys can do it. You guys are amazing. Keep it up.